One of the most memorable one-off characters from Star Trek The Next Generation was Captain Edward Jellico, who briefly took over command of the USS Enterprise D in the Season 6 arc, Chain of Command. Jellico's a bit of a controversial figure, remembered by some as competent and well-meaning, if overbearing, and by others as a tyrant and micromanager. But what became of Captain Jellico after his brief stint aboard the Enterprise? In this video, we'll be diving into both canon and the expanded media for much needed answers. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack, and let's get into it. Like always, if you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. Now, we're enjoying making these Star Trek videos on various topics, and we hope you're enjoying watching them. If you want to support their development, please join our Patreon via the link below. You'll get exclusive access to videos and events, as well as more Galaxy class rewards. Now, as always, please let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, because if you're talking about Star Trek, then we want to hear about it. Okay, engage. Edward Jellico was a respected veteran officer in Starfleet, with years of experience dealing with the Cardassians. Now, according to the expanded media, Jellico was born in Houston, Texas, on Earth in 2311, and enlisted in Starfleet at the age of 18. Jellico started as a shuttle pilot on the Jovian run before steadily rising through the ranks. In 2344, then Lieutenant Jellico was serving as junior con officer on the USS Memphis, when the ship was attacked by Cardassians. After the death of the Memphis tactical officer, Jellico assumed her position and came up with a plan that helped the starship win the battle. In 2150, Jellico was promoted to Lieutenant Commander and assigned to serve as tactical officer on the USS Cairo. He received a promotion to Commander and became First Officer of the USS Cairo just a few years later, in 2354, after the previous First Officer was killed by Cardassians while on an away mission. In 2357, in yet another battle with the Cardassians, Captain Ashford, the Cairo's commanding officer, was killed as well, and Jellico replaced him as captain of the Cairo. By the late 2360s, Jellico was still the captain of the USS Cairo, and due to his vast experience in dealing with the Cardassians, was assigned to the peace talks between the United Federation of Planets and the Cardassian Union. In 2369, Jellico played a key role in negotiating an armistice that was the beginning of the end of the Cardassian border wars, ending the conflict that killed so many of his former superiors. That year, Captain Picard was sent off on an undercover mission to Celtris III, and in his absence, Jellico was transferred to the USS Enterprise to serve as its commanding officer. He came into conflict with the ship's crew almost immediately, and his command style contrasted sharply with Picard's. Jellico is stern and authoritarian, considered a micromanager by some of his new senior staff, and he demanded stricter levels of discipline and formality than Picard had. Commander William T. Riker especially took issue with Jellico's command style, leading to Jellico relieving him from duty. Despite this friction, however, Jellico successfully led the Enterprise crew in rescuing Captain Picard from the Cardassians after his mission went somewhat sideways, and Jellico's cunning tactics and willingness to make amends with Riker allowed him to outmaneuver a Cardassian fleet and get it to stand down. Picard then returned to command of the Enterprise, while Jellico returned to the Cairo. As established in both Star Trek Lower Decks and Star Trek Prodigy, by the 2380s, Jellico had been promoted to Admiral, and over the course of 2384, he repeatedly came into conflict with Vice Admiral Kathryn Janeway over the fate of the USS Protostar, which had been lost 2 years prior with Captain Chakotay aboard. Jellico repeatedly shot down Janeway's plans to launch missions aimed at retrieving the Protostar and rescuing Chakotay, believing that her feelings for Chakotay were clouding her judgment. Jellico initially denied Janeway's request to bring the USS Dauntless into the Romulan neutral zone to retrieve the Protostar, ordering her instead to destroy the ship if the Romulans came close to capturing it. He later denied her planned rescue mission for Chakotay, although Janeway went through with it anyway. Admiral Jellico would debrief Chakotay upon his return to the Federation and welcomed him home, but he continued to clash with Janeway over the Protostar mission, which Jellico would transfer to the Department of Temporal Investigations over Janeway's objections. Jellico was later involved with handling rising tensions between the Valnacut of Solum and the Federation, ordering Janeway to take Voyager and the Protostar to Solum to neutralize the growing threat before a full-scale war began. Jellico himself was unable to be directly involved or offer support, however, as Starfleet was stretched too thin at the time. Not long after, following the attack on Mars, Admiral Jellico oversaw the scaling back of Starfleet operations, and his ultimate fate in the Star Trek canon is currently unknown. In the expanded media of the Star Trek universe, the story of Jellico's later career goes a bit differently. According to the novelization of Star Trek Klingon, Jellico was promoted to Rear Admiral very soon after his stint aboard the Enterprise. And in 2370, amidst a minor border dispute between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, Jellico was assigned to talks with the Klingon High Council on Deep Space Nine. Many thought Jellico was a terrible choice for the assignment, as the Klingons' aggression and unruliness didn't really sit well with him. But Jellico came to better appreciate the Klingons over the course of the talks, and he was ultimately able to help resolve the dispute. In the novel, A Time to Heal, in the year of 2379 of the first Splinter timeline, Admiral Jellico was one of the 5 Starfleet admirals who participated in a coup against Federation President Min Zeif. While Zeif was well respected for his role in leading the Federation through the Dominion War, his attempts at real politics led to catastrophe, and he had to be removed from office to prevent a war with the Klingon Empire. In a quiet collaboration of Section 31, Jellico and the other admirals decided to pressure Zeif and other key members of his administration into resigning and starting new lives, allowing them to escape punishment for their shady dealings while still removing them from office. Jellico and the others were unaware, however, that Section 31 had no intention of letting Zeif and the others off the hook. As soon as they resigned, they were quietly assassinated. In 2381, as shown in the Star Trek Destiny novels, Mere Mortals and Lost Souls, Admiral Jellico was appointed as Starfleet's Commander-in-Chief amidst a Borg invasion of the Federation. Jellico wasn't happy with the assignment, as he preferred to be on the front lines commanding a fleet himself, but his strict command style ultimately made him a good fit for the role, and Jellico was able to ensure Starfleet responded decisively to Borg incursions. However, there was ultimately only so much Jellico could do to stop the Borg. As the Federation was overrun and Starfleet suffered heavy casualties, Jellico issued an order revoking the earlier ban on over-reliance on transphasic torpedoes. He had the designs of the torpedoes transmitted to every ship in Starfleet to give them the best chance of survival. As the Klingon homeworld of Kronos came under attack from the Borg, Jellico sent a fleet to assist the Klingons, and he ordered the USS Enterprise and USS Aventine to do whatever they could think of to stop the Borg, as he was out of ideas and other options. As the Borg Armada approached on Earth, all seemed to be lost, but the sudden intervention of the Kaeliar destroyed the collective and spared the Federation from annihilation. Against all odds, Starfleet came out on top, but only after losing 40% of its ships and an estimated 63 billion civilians. Following the end of the crisis, Admiral Jellico tendered his resignation, believing his personal honour demanded it for all the lives lost under his own command. In the Next Generation novel, Available Light, however, Jellico found himself at the centre of a scandal after Section 31 was exposed and dismantled in 2386. This revealed his role in the quiet coup against President Zeif. Jellico was arrested on criminal charges by the Federation Security Agency, pending a trial. As far as the expanded media goes, right now, that's where Jellico's story ends. So that's what became of Captain Edward Jellico, at least from a certain point of view. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. A big thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Your support allows us to continue making these Galaxy class videos. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper, my friends. Goodbye.